What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated. As you can tell by today's video title, I am going to be going over a couple of things about the modified 350Z that I absolutely love. For the most part, this is going to be a generic list that kind of goes with all modified 350Zs, but there may be about one or two things that go specifically to my Z itself. Either way, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Do me a favor as well, stay till the very end, because I do have a pretty big announcement that I'm really excited to tell you guys about. So for item number one, I love the attention that this car gets. Now, it's really awesome to know that I built something that other people enjoy. While I'm driving, people will hang out the window and take pictures, hang out the windows to yell at me that they love my car. Literally a second ago, construction workers that were working over there were hanging over the wall, staring at my car, telling me that they love my car and things like that. And I love the attention so much is because I put a lot of hard work, time, and money into this car. So to know that other people also find enjoyment in something that I built is awesome. For me, driving this car is like taking a piece of art that I get to show people every time that I drive it around, which is a super great and awesome feeling. Number two on this list is that the car is fast enough to still be fun. The car isn't pushing a crazy amount of horsepower or anything like that, but it is fast enough to still have fun every time that you drive it. I've raced supercharged trucks, turboed cars, supercharged cars, big V8s, things like that. I haven't won every one of those races, but for the most part I do pretty good, and I have beaten some of those turboed and supercharged vehicles. So it's really fun that you can have a car that's not that expensive, that's pushing about 300 horsepower, that's still able to compete with cars that are boosted or, you know, have a V8 in it. Item number three, I love that the car is rear wheel drive. Obviously nothing against front wheel drive or especially all wheel drive cars, anything like that, but as I stated, it has enough power. That power is enough to pretty much go sideways on any turn that you want to. If it's standard, it's been a while since I've driven an automatic 350Z. I used to have one, but at least on the standard, if you're in second, third gear, normally it's pretty easy to go ahead and get sideways on a turn if you want to, especially in the rain and stuff. Of course, you got to be careful, but I love that it's rear wheel drive. It makes the car so much more enjoyable, especially here where I live. We have mountains, and when you go down those mountain roads and you're able to feel the rear wheel drive and just the way that the car handles, it is amazing, and I absolutely love it. Number four, the amount of aftermarket parts for this car is ridiculous, and I love that there are so many different ways that you can modify these cars. From hoods to body kits to fenders to spoilers to roofs to literally just about everything about these cars, interior wise, performance wise. The number of modifications that you can do to these cars is ridiculous, and the fact that this car gets modified by so many adults and so many kids every single day, and you're still able to make your car stand out. Like my 350Z, there's not a single one like it in the entire world. Granted, it's because I did personal work to it, but even still, with that, it's one of a kind, and the fact that you can do that again on a platform that's touched so often is truly badass, and one of my favorite things about owning a 350Z. For item number five, I kind of mentioned this just now briefly, but because there's such a big amount of people that modify these cars, the community for these cars is huge. If there's anything you're not sure how to do, there's forums, there's YouTube videos, there's Society on Facebook. There's tons of Facebook groups that you can join where they can answer questions that you may have about things to do to your car. The amount of help that you can get on these cars is absolutely awesome. Granted, they're not too hard to work on to begin with, but when you need that extra help or you're not sure about something, the platform there is awesome to go ahead and get that extra help. With that too, I don't think I've really met too many 350Z owners that were assholes or anything like that. Obviously, there's always some. For the most part, Z owners and G owners are really cool people. They just love cars, period. Even if you don't have what they have, they're generally really cool people to talk to and just great people to be around. Now, item number six. This is the final one, but it's also the most important to me, which is why it is last. And that is going to be the relationships and the people that owning a modified car can help you meet. For me personally, I have tons of awesome friends and awesome people that I have met through owning this car, people that are close with my family, that we hang out all the time, things like that. And I never would have met a lot of those guys if it wasn't for owning this car. The fact that we all get to share our passion of cars and things like that is truly awesome, and it wouldn't have been done without this car. For me, that fact might be even more real or more important because I wouldn't have my family if it wasn't for this car. By that I mean I met my fiance at the races one night and then at a car meet, and she messaged me after a car meet, and if it wasn't for that and being at that car meet because of this car, I don't know where my life would be right now. I wouldn't have my two kids. They wouldn't love cars like I do. I wouldn't be with my fiance. We might still be together, but it's kind of hard to say. The fact how it happened and everything is all thanks to owning this car and being at that car show that day. A lot of non-car people say that cars are just cars, they're just machines, they're just to get from point A to point B, but they don't understand and realize the relationships and the feelings behind the cars and how much these cars and vehicles really affect our lives. But that is going to be it for the list. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a really great time making this video. If you guys do want to see things I hate about owning a modified 350Z, I will make a video about that, because as much as I love this car, there are things that I just don't really like that kind of bug me. So I can go into that. I can also do a video like this for my Q50, the GTI. I can't do one of the Datsun just yet, as we haven't really driven it. But if you guys enjoy it, when the time comes, I can make a video about that car as well. If you stayed this long, I really appreciate you, and I can go ahead and give you guys the announcement. So the announcement that I'm really happy for is next month I and my car will be going to Stance Wars Las Vegas. I'm super excited that I get to be doing this, not only going with like 14 of my friends. I doubt she's gonna win anything, but the fact that I get to take it to a show as awesome as Stance Wars is awesome. So I'm going to be vlogging the experience. I know one of my buddies, Jonathan, he's going to have a vlogging thing on his YouTube channel. Some of my favorite local photographers are going out there with me, so I'm going to have awesome pictures coming out of this show. So make sure you're following me on TikTok, here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because there's going to be awesome content coming from Stance Wars on all of those platforms. If you haven't already, like the video, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the content, what other car you want to see, or if you want me to make the other video. And if you just didn't like the list and don't agree with anything I said, let me know down below. I appreciate you guys. Remember, no matter what you're building, build it to be unique, build it to stand out, but most importantly, build it for you. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.